Don't worry guys, I will fix it. Hi everyone, so I thought I would do a chattier video today. I wanted to try something different and do like this gradient mixed blush look on my cheeks. I saw some advertisement for a layering blush look and I was like, I'm gonna try that. Usually I will try to, you know, perfect a look before I film it, but this time I was like, no, let's just see what happens on camera and test it. I am going to prime my face with Laneige's glowing makeup serum. I've used this already in a couple of videos and I really like it because it adds a really nice glow to the skin and it's really hydrating. I really have been enjoying this and it just feels really refreshing when I apply it. Now I'm just priming my eyes with Fenty Beauty eye primer. And then for foundation, I'm going to use this one from Revlon. This is the one that I've been using a lot the last few months because it's really light but has a really nice finish. Really easy to use. It doesn't come out blotchy or anything like that. I just like to apply that on my face with my fingers and then with a beauty blender, just going to work that in. I'm going to do a second layer of this over my darker spots. I don't want to use concealer today because if I'm going to be applying like different kinds of blush on my cheeks, I want the texture to be more consistent across my face, and sometimes concealer is a little bit too heavy. I'm going to use the Anastasia Dipbrow pomade, and my brow routine hasn't really changed. Sometimes if I want to be really quick, then I'll use like a pencil or something like that, but I find this has the longest lasting staying power. I've been struggling a little bit to even out my brows, but I think this is the best I can do. I'm gonna go for a really neutral eye look because I want most of the attention to be on the blush, and that's where a lot of the colors are. So I have these two palettes here from Carity. This is the Rosé All Day palette, and it has a bunch of these pink tones. I don't think I'm going to be using this one as much, maybe just for some of the blush color, but I also have this one. This is their Just Peachy palette. I really like this color palette for a peachy blush look. This palette also has a lot of the neutral brown shades, so I'm going to use this for my eyes. So I'm going to take this shade called Freshly Picked and just apply that as a base over the lids. If you watch a lot of my makeup tutorials, then this is what I always do. I just take a shade that's close to my skin tone and apply that all over. Next, I'm going to take this Atlanta shade. It's like a tannish light brown color, and just apply that all over the lid as well. And I'm just gonna be, you know, pretty quick and loose with it because it doesn't have to be perfect. I just wanted to give it a little bit of color. Then I'm gonna take this fluffy brush again to blend out the edges. Now I'm going to take this shade right here called Organic and just apply that to the outer corner right here and sweep it inwards just to give it some dimension. I'm going to take my brown liquid liner. This is from Dolly Wink, and I'm going to try and draw a really tiny wing. I always tend to overdo it and exaggerate it, so we'll see how it goes. I need my mirror to be closer. So the way that I tend to do the small winged liner is I'll first draw like where the flick is, and then I'll look for the very top of my almond shaped eye. So like right here is the arch, right? So then I will start from the arch and then flick it like that, and then just kind of touch up the shape how I want it. Okay, let me fill that in. And I'm actually trying really hard not to tug with this hand. I just kind of use it as like a support. I probably tug just a little bit unconsciously. So on this eye, I'll show you again. I'll just draw the flick first. Then I'll go from the top of the eye and then just round it out. It's not the cleanest line, so I'm gonna use a flat concealer brush to help me fix that and just sweep it upward like this, and it just makes it much cleaner and sharper. Before I put on my lashes, actually, I'm going to powder my face a little bit with Laura Mermer's. Why am I'm struggling to talk, you guys. I feel like it's because I haven't really talked to anyone in person for like maybe a week or something, and I feel like I don't know how to talk anymore. I'm just going to powder so that I have like an easier canvas to work with when I do all of the blush shades. To be quite honest, I feel like I haven't really sat down and chatted, like done a video like this or even a vlog, because it's really weird because I feel like I've gotten some form of like social anxiety or just anxiety around social media about talking and just showing or sharing things online. I just feel like an immense amount of pressure for some reason, and I think it's because of just everything that's been going on. I've definitely tried to film vlogs like several times, like daily vlogs, but that day with that video when I tried to film and vlog, I probably redid the intro and the talking portion like 30 times, and it just didn't feel like it was good enough, or that what I wanted to say was making sense, and it was kind of all over the place, and I just didn't feel like, it just didn't feel right. I felt really uncomfortable. I don't even know what I was talking about before this whole lashes situation. I've definitely developed a form of social anxiety, or just like posting on social media, because I'm worried I'll say the wrong thing. I'm worried that I am being insensitive or inconsiderate or like self-absorbed. But this is pretty much all I know on YouTube and Instagram, is just sharing parts of my life, and like, of course it's gonna seem a little bit self-absorbed, like, because it's all about me, like, and my everyday. So I'm just trying to grasp how to combine all of these things together. Like, I want to talk about important issues, but I don't like talking about it when my thoughts aren't fully formed or developed, or I can articulate them really well. And I don't like talking about things as I'm going through them, because it just is a jumble. Like, I like to process on my own. So it's just been really hard to sit down and vlog and talk and share, because I just don't really know how to approach it just yet. Like, I'm still learning. I do care a lot about like the Black Lives Matter movement and social justice issues and politics and stuff, and I want to find a way to be more vocal about it. And I was thinking of maybe like sharing my thoughts and learnings through blogging again. You know, in the beginning of the protests for George Floyd and other victims of police brutality, I was trying to post more on Instagram and share things that I thought were helpful. But after a while I stopped posting, because I feel like my learnings, my education like had a limit, and I needed to do more to educate myself, and I didn't feel right posting things, because then it started to feel performative, because I felt like I didn't learn everything that I needed to, I guess. It does feel a bit awkward to be posting about makeup when there are so many important issues out there that needs attention. I just don't want my intentions to be misconstrued, I guess. And that's all pressure that I'm putting on myself. Like, no one has really made me feel any type of way. It's just my own overthinking mind, if that makes sense. There's just been so much going on in the YouTube community, with people leaving the platform, beauty community drama, and I just feel so, like, it just feels like there's so much going on right now that I need to process. Like, sometimes when I'm posting on Instagram, I feel like that's where I can talk to a lot of you, because it's just my favorite way to engage with all of you and stuff. But it does feel like an echo chamber sometimes, where I just, like, I feel like I'm posting it, but then people are already aware of it, and I'm just adding like unnecessary noise. I genuinely do feel like the biggest change I can make is within my close circle, in terms of like my family or my friends, and trying to like learn from each other there. It's a little bit harder to do on Instagram because it does feel like a bubble. It does feel like I'm putting it out there, but is it really even doing anything? Like, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to use this Cosmetics Magic Hour blush. It's like this corally pink color. And I'm just gonna do like a light powder over my blush spots. And I feel like this is going to help blend different shades together later. So let me just do a light layer of this. It's kind of like the undertone color, I guess. Like what I do with my eyes, I apply a neutral like skin tone color. I'm going to use this, oh, this is actually a concealer brush, but I think that this is from Sigma as part of their Practic, I don't even know how to say that, line. I chose this brush because it's like nice and full, but still very dense, so I feel like it could still hold color while allowing me to blend it out on my cheeks, and it's like a good size. It's not as big as my blush brush, and I don't want to use this because it's a little too big, especially if I'm trying to do different shades of blush. This would be, I think, too overpowering. So I want something smaller that will allow me to concentrate in certain areas. I'm going to use this shade first. This is called Creamy, and it's a very similar pink blush shade to the one I just used, but I'm going to use this denser brush to hopefully pack on that color. I'm just gonna apply in random spots in this general cheek area. This shade has a bit of shimmer on it, so it might be a little bit shinier than I want. So I'm gonna put it a little, and I actually don't want this to be symmetrical, so I'm gonna put it over here on top instead of like down here to match. I just want it to have a different kind of look. Okay, so this became like a little bit too streaky, so I'm gonna use the bigger blush brush and blend out the edge here. Okay, now with the same brush, I'm not gonna clean it because I don't mind that there's some leftover color on this. I think that'll help blend out the shades. So I'm gonna take this orangey, like peachy shade called Warm and Fuzzy. Go in here, up top. I hope it's like enough of a difference. Oh my god, it looks so bright on the camera, but it's not that bright in person, so it's tripping me out. Then I'll put this maybe like down here. Don't worry guys, I will fix it. I'm going to make this work. Okay, I'm going to take this brown-ish shade called Atlanta. I used this earlier on the eyes. I'm just gonna take a little bit and like apply it right here, just so I can like try and neutralize everything. I don't think this is working though. So I'm just using this beauty blender to dab it out. It actually doesn't look as bad as it looks on camera. It looks way worse on camera than it does in person. I think it's because these are all like shimmery shades that it's just not working. Let me put on some lip color, maybe that'll fix things. Or make it worse, who knows. This was a horrible idea. Maybe if I like put on some foundation over it, it'll look like a natural flush. That's not bad. But it's definitely not a layered blush look anymore. It actually looks like a really natural, glowy flush now. Like, you know, it's not bad. I think it makes my skin look really glowy. This is okay. This is not bad. I'm still gonna go in with highlight because I love highlight. I'm gonna use this one from Charlotte Tilbury. It's kind of like my go-to highlight contour palette. One of my all-time favorites. I'm gonna reapply this lip color. This is the MAC Velvet Teddy shade. I used this in my last makeup video too, but I really like this shade because I feel like it just complements my hair really well. Like, it was really hard to find like a lip color that was neutral but didn't clash with my hair color, that I could still use on an everyday basis. This like layered blush look ended up being kind of a fail because it didn't turn out the way that I envisioned in my head, or like that gradient blush look, but I do like how it turned out. I look really glowy right now, and I don't know if it's from like the shimmers of the eyeshadow or from the primer that I used, but I'm taking it. I like it. I feel a lot better than I did this morning. So that's a start. I just wanted to say thank you for being patient with me while I got my shit together. I'm still working on getting my shit together. I know a lot of you really enjoy the vlogs and more chatty videos, but the makeup tutorials were all I could really handle in these last couple of weeks. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.